Welcome to the Alpha Lodge channel. So, you think you know what Trump is up to in 2026? Let me tell you something. What you're seeing on the news, what you're reading on Twitter, what Trump himself is posting on Truth Social at 3 in the morning, that's just the surface. That's just the tip of the iceberg. And today, we're going to dive deep, really deep. Let's start with what just happened. Like, literally this week, February 2026, Black History Month, Trump posts this AI video on Truth Social, and it's wow. It's Obama and Michelle, but not just them. It's their faces transposed onto gorilla bodies in a jungle. While Trump is the king of the jungle lion, with Pepe the frog walking beside him. I mean, where do you even start with this? The White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, she comes out and says, it's from the Lion King. She actually says that. There are no gorillas in the Lion King. But okay, then they delete it. Blame it on a staffer, classic. But here's the thing. This isn't just some random meme. This is the President of the United States posting racist AI propaganda during Black History Month. And the message is clear. I can do this. I can say this. And nothing will happen. And you know what? He's right. Because while this is happening, while the President is posting gorilla videos, the rest of the world is laughing at us. Literally laughing. Go back to May 2025. Cannes Film Festival. Wes Anderson, the director, he's up there promoting his new film, and someone asks him about Trump's proposed 100% tariff on movies shot abroad. You know what he says? He says, "Can you hold up the movie in customs? It doesn't ship that way." And the whole room erupts in laughter. Not nervous laughter. Genuine belly laugh. Can you believe this guy laughter? And it's not just Wes Anderson. It's the entire international community looking at America like we're a joke, like we've lost our minds, and maybe we have. Because here's the thing, while Trump is posting AI videos and getting laughed at in Cannes, something way more serious is happening. The American dream, it's dying. And I don't mean that in some abstract, poetic way. I mean it's actually dying. Look at the numbers. Gallup poll, June 2025. Only 58% of Americans say they're extremely or very proud to be American. That's down from 70% in 1998. And Gen Z, only 41% of them feel proud. 41%. These are kids who grew up after 9/11s, who've only known endless wars, financial crises, and political chaos. They don't believe in the American dream because they've never seen it. And it's not just pride. It's the dream itself. The idea that if you work hard, you can achieve anything, that your kids will have a better life than you. That's gone. Dead Trump even said it himself back in 2024. The American dream is dead. And you know what? He was right. But here's the irony. He didn't kill it. He's just the guy standing over the corpse, selling tickets to the funeral. Now, let's talk about the money. Because while the dream is dying, the grift is alive and well. World Liberty Financial. WLFI, ever heard of it? It's a crypto project that Trump co-founded with his 3 sons. But here's where it gets spicy. Baron Trump, the 19-year-old, is listed as a DeFi visionary on their website. DeFi visionary. The kid was born in 2006. What's his vision? Make finance reliable, open, and made for how the world works today. Sure, but here's the real story. The WLFI token has a market cap of $3.5 billion. Let me say that again, 3.5 billion as of February 2026. And Trump, he's not just profiting from it, he's actively manipulating it. Every time he tweets about crypto, every time he says he's going to make America the crypto capital of the world, the price jumps. It's like he's drawing the K-line himself. Tweet goes up, price goes up, regulation threat, price goes down, and Baron, he's the perfect front man. The kid is 19. He can't be prosecuted for insider trading the same way he can run daddy's tweets. He can buy before the pump. And who would suspect him? He's just a kid, interested in crypto, right? But here's what they don't tell you. The WLFI token is down 90% from its peak. Retail investors are getting wrecked. And the Trump family, they're cashing out. It's a classic pump and dump. But it's legal because it's political speech. Because the president can say whatever he wants. And if the market moves, well, that's just the free market, right? Now, let's talk about the real iceberg. The thing that's underneath all of this, let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Because that's where everything connects. That's where the power networks get exposed. You remember the plaques, right? The ones Trump installed at the White House calling Obama divisive and Biden corrupt. Well, here's what they don't put on those plaques. Trump's own connections to Epstein, the 1992 party at Mar-a-Lago, the 2000 fundraiser with Prince Andrew and Ghislaine Maxwell, the 2002 New York Magazine interview where Trump said Epstein was a terrific guy who liked beautiful women on the younger side. But here's where it gets really interesting, and this is where most people stop digging. They see the photos, they hear the denials, and they move on. But the Epstein story isn't about sex crimes. Not really. It's about intelligence, it's about blackmail, it's about the privatization of state power. Go back to 2019. Epstein gets arrested again, and then he dies. Officially, it's suicide. But here's what they don't tell you. The camera malfunctioned, the guards fell asleep, the cellmate was transferred. I mean, come on. And then the autopsy, Dr. Michael Baden, former New York City medical examiner, he goes on Fox News and says the neck fractures are more indicative of strangulation than hanging. But the official report says suicide. Case closed, move along. But people aren't moving along. A University of Maryland poll in 2026 shows 94% of Americans believe a foreign intelligence service was involved in Epstein's operation. 94%. That's not a conspiracy theory anymore. That's the mainstream. The question isn't, was Epstein intelligence? The question is, which intelligence? And here's where it gets dark. Former Israeli spy Ari Ben Menashe. He comes out and says Epstein was Mossad. Straight up says Epstein was running a complex intelligence operation at the behest of Israeli intelligence. Says his job was blackmailing American and other political figures, taking photos of politicians with underage girls, compromising them, controlling them. Now, is this true? I don't know. But here's what we do know. Epstein's mentor was Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell's father, media mogul, buried on Jerusalem's Mount of Olives in what looked like a state funeral, attended by Israeli presidents, prime ministers, 6 heads of intelligence. That's not a normal funeral for a British publisher. And then there's Ehud Barak, former Israeli prime minister, former head of military intelligence, photographed entering Epstein's Manhattan mansion in 2016, his face covered, dodging cameras. Why is the former prime minister of Israel sneaking into a sex offender's house? And why is he meeting with Epstein 36 times between 2013 and 2017? But wait, there's more. The money, the actual money. Senator Ron Wyden, he's been digging into Epstein's finances. And what he found, it's insane. Epstein moved nearly $400 million in and out of accounts at Bank of New York Mellon through 270 wire transfers, and the bank, they waited years to flag it. Years while he was supposedly under investigation. While he was in prison, the money just moved like he was still pulling the strings. And then there's Deutsche Bank. They opened at least 40 accounts for Epstein in 2013, despite him being a registered sex offender, despite the news coverage. Why? Because a private banker estimated that handling Epstein's annual transactional volume of $100 to $300 million could bring in $4 million in revenue each year. That's it. That's the reason. Profit over morality, always. But here's the kicker. The suspicious activity reports. JP Morgan filed one after Epstein died, after not before, after flagging over $1 billion in transactions with Wall Street big shots. Leon Black, Glenn Dubin, Alan Dershowitz, Leslie Wexner's trusts. The nature of the transactions unclear? That's the word they use. Unclear. More than $1 billion in transactions, and it's just unclear. And then there's the offshore accounts, the British Virgin Islands, the Cayman Islands. The money moved after he died. How does a dead man move money? Someone is still controlling the network. Someone is still pulling the strings. But here's what really keeps me up at night. The blackmail material. Where is it? Who has it? We know Epstein had cameras everywhere, in his houses, on his island. In his planes, we know he was recording everything. So where are the tapes? Where are the hard drives? Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison. She's not talking. Or if she is, we're not hearing about it. And the people who visited the island, the politicians, the billionaires, the royals, they're all still in power, still making decisions, still controlling the world. And Trump, he knows where the bodies are buried, because he was there. He was part of that world, the Manhattan social scene in the 90s, the Mar-a-Lago parties, the modeling agencies. He knows who went to the island, he knows what happened there, and now he's president again, and he's got the files. So what does he do? He releases just enough to embarrass Clinton, to keep the Clinton body count narrative alive, but not enough to expose the real network. Not enough to show who was running Epstein, who was protecting him, who gave him that sweetheart deal in 2008, who told Alex Acosta, the prosecutor, to back off because Epstein belonged to intelligence. Because here's the thing, if Epstein was Mossad, or CIA, or both, then this isn't just about sex crimes. This is about geopolitics. This is about Israel's influence over American politics. This is about why Netanyahu gets whatever he wants from Washington. Why the US gives Israel $3.8 billion a year in military aid. Why every president, Democrat or Republican, bows to AIPAC and Trump. He's playing both sides. He's got the evangelical base that loves Israel. He's got the Jewish donors who love Israel, but he's also got the America First base that questions foreign aid, that questions endless wars in the Middle East. So he walks this tightrope. He releases Epstein files to embarrass Clinton, but he doesn't release the Israeli connection. He posts AI videos of Obama as a gorilla to rile up his base, but he doesn't touch the real power structures. And meanwhile, Barron is drawing K-lines in the crypto market, and Melania is selling NFTs, and the whole family is cashing in. It's a grift on top of a conspiracy, on top of a constitutional crisis. But here's the deepest layer, the part that nobody wants to talk about. What if Epstein isn't dead? I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. The body was cremated immediately. No open casket, no independent autopsy. The guards who were supposed to watch him, they got plea deals. Slaps on the wrist. The warden got transferred. No one lost their job. No one was held accountable. And then, 6 months later, a photo surfaces. A guy who looks like Epstein in Paraguay. Or was it Argentina? The internet goes crazy. Snopes says it's fake, but Snopes also said Epstein didn't have a Fortnite account, and Epic Games had to come out and deny that he was playing the game in 2026. Which means someone was using his identity. Someone bought V-Bucks with his email. So is he dead? Probably. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter. Because the network is still alive. The blackmail material is still out there. The compromised politicians are still in power. And the intelligence agencies are still running the show. And that's the real iceberg. That's what we're not seeing. We're arguing about guerrilla videos and crypto scams while the deep state, or the Mossad, or whatever you want to call it, continues to operate in the shadows. Compromising, controlling, running the world. But here's what really breaks my heart. The American dream. That thing we were all promised. That thing our parents believed in. It's not just dead, it was murdered. And we all watched it happen. Think about it. When did it die? Was it 9/11s, when we traded freedom for security and got neither? Was it 2008? When the banks destroyed the economy and no one went to jail? Was it 2016, when we elected a reality television star president? Or was it 2020, when we realized that half the country would rather believe in conspiracy theories than face reality? I don't know, but I do know this. We're living in the aftermath. We're living in a country where 41% of young people aren't proud to be American, where the rest of the world laughs at us at film festivals, where our president posts racist memes and manipulates crypto markets and nobody cares, where the rich get richer and the poor get poorer and the middle class just disappears. And the worst part, we feel powerless. We feel like there's nothing we can do. Like the system is so broken, so controlled by dark money and foreign intelligence and corporate interests that our votes don't matter, our voices don't matter, our lives don't matter. But here's the thing, they do matter. They have to matter. Because if they don't, then what's the point? Why are we even here? I think about this a lot. I think about my parents who came to this country believing the dream, who worked their asses off to give me a better life, and think about what they'd say if they could see us now. If they could see the guerrilla videos, and the crypto scams, and the Epstein files, and the whole damn mess. I think they'd be heartbroken. But I also think they'd tell us to keep fighting. To keep digging, to keep asking questions, because that's what Americans do, or at least, that's what we used to do. So what do? I don't have all the answers, but I do know this. The plaques, the AI videos, the crypto pumps, the Epstein files, it's all connected, it's all part of the same system. A system where power protects power, where intelligence agencies run blackmail operations with impunity, where presidents can post racist memes and face no consequences. And the scariest part, We're all just watching. We're all just consuming the content. The gorilla video gets 1 million views. The WL-Fi token pumps 20%. The Epstein files trend for a day. And then we move on. We forget. We get distracted by the next thing. But the network never forgets. The network is still there, still operating, still controlling. That's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. And stay human, I guess. It's getting harder every day.